but it's a covenant for life. And remember the old marriage vows, till death do us part. People don't think that way anymore. It's until you make me mad, until I find something else that tickles my fancy, you know. Marriages are short-lived. I was reading statistics the other day, and the average length of a marriage nowadays is 7 years. If you make it to 10 years, man, you've mastered it. But our thinking has just so become diluted by this world system, and it's so tossed to and fro by this consumerism of, well, if this isn't making me happy, I'll just go find something else. And the commitment is no longer there. Marriage is a monogamous covenant for life between a husband and wife. Kind of a shame you even have to put that in the definition, but it's not between a husband and a husband. It's between a husband and a wife. To love, cherish, and serve one another in their God-given roles. I put that word cherish in there to make a point, to try to emphasize a principle, and the principle is this. I think sometimes we think, I gotta love my wife. Just have to take out the trash or do the heavy lifting around the house, and it almost becomes a burden or an obligation. The Scripture says you are to rejoice in the wife of your youth. We use the expression, the honeymoon's over. And I think we all kind of use that, and we know what it means, and the way that we use it, yes, it does actually apply in certain circumstances. But I think we're going to find out this morning the honeymoon should never be over. The marriage really, in God's design, should get better and better and better. There's another saying that says practice makes perfect. And so you really should fall deeper in love with your spouse. The more you get to know them, the more you go through life together. The life experience just bonds and glues the two of you together, and you should appreciate each other more, not less. And so marriage really should get better and better in God's design. And the honeymoon doesn't have to end. So there's got to be that cherishing where you're excited to be with your spouse. You miss them every moment that they're gone. And you love every minute that you can share with them. I was reading, and someone made the statement, that having someone to go through life with just doubles your joy. Because now you have someone to share those joys with. That person, that spouse, is to give you strength when you're down. And trials and temptations and problems that you couldn't face alone, now you can face because you have that person by your side. And so marriage should get you excited. You should love your spouse. I love this comment from Martin Luther. Think about this. Let the wife make the husband glad to come home. Wives, how are you doing on that? And let him make her sorry to see him leave. Isn't that a great statement? That just kind of sums up the love and the affection, the cherishing that we are to have. That person is to be precious to you. Outside of Jesus Christ, that is the most rewarding, the most fulfilling, the most pleasurable, the most strengthening, the most encouraging relationship you have in your life, and it's supposed to be for all of your life. You have a companion to go with you through the high times and the low times. You have someone to hold your hand and to hold you in their arms when you're just so grieved and sobbing. And you have someone to be excited with when things are going well. That's what marriage is supposed to be.